First of all, I'm Άμαροκ, and I grew up in North West Coast between Ινουίτ and Grenada. It's a small town called Asiat. When I was a girl, I was 12 when I have to see a doctor first time. She wanted to see me, and second time when I was 15. I don't know what year, which one, when I was 12 or 15. So, but I know I have been very sick many times after when I became when I became young. Like they have, it's smaller IUD, not the big ones like older one they get. But it has been in my body too long. It has moving around in me. It became kind of stuck into my body inside. So I had like a lot of complication. I've been to a lot of hospitals in Denmark. Ambulance get me many times. And long time they couldn't figure out. But when I have to have my surgery, because I get very sick, and doctor one day come after my surgery, if I knew I have a spiral IUD. And I wasn't prepared for anything like that. Doctor told me that, and our body was neo-colonized. We the one that genocided. I lost my baby when I have hard time get pregnant after 2. I have many surgeries in my wound. It's not first time when you ID me, and after 2006, I believe, or 5, 6. I was pregnant, but I lost my baby with my ex-fiancé. Oh, fuck. Sorry. That time, I really wanted to have a baby. I tried very hard to have a baby. When I feel like I have to have a baby. My uncle's wife said to me, maybe you can easily get pregnant after surgery. And then one day I went to hospital and say, I think I'm pregnant. And the doctor said to me, it was about 2006, he said to me, you cannot be pregnant because they have removed you lines for you, eggs, 2 eggs. But I kept my eggs. They removed my wounds lines without I know of from a Denmark, a Danish doctor too. I thought I was pregnant that time. I was sad, and sometimes I get angry. Sometimes I hate them. Sometimes I haven't really forgiven them yet. It's hard to forgive because I cannot have a baby. Who's going to live with the people that don't want you or they don't want your future? Who's going to live with it's not a human being. Who's going to stay with the people who disgust you, that they even genocide to body, wound? I think it's very dark. It's a dark colonial. Even they say we're not colonial. For my body and a lot of girls and women, it's a dark colonial. They colonize our wounds. without we knowing it. They just don't respecting our bodies. They just do anything they want with us. They think we part of what they own. Without asking our parents, without asking us, they just do anything they want. So, it's not recent. My grandpa, my grandparents did, my father and my mom did. They fought for colonialism. And we fought for justice for a long time. It's not new I think it's a long time we've been fighting since. If you see my grandparents fight for justice, if you see my father and my mom fight for justice, what Danish did to us, it's many years fight. We still do. And that's why I think we wanted to be independent, because a lot of Inuit want to be independent in the West Coast for a lot of reasons of not to be respected in our country. Nuuk City became very it's not Nuuk City, it's not only Greenland. We have East, South, North, West Coast. A lot of Inuit wanted to be independent. I just talked to my friend recently for a couple of hours ago. She's half Danish and half Inuk. She said to me, why don't you just, she lives in Denmark and grew up in Denmark, why don't you just be independent? I couldn't understand you. Because our land, it's very rich in fish, nature, Mother Earth, Mother Ocean, Sila. Everything is nice, rich, and everybody are fighting for our land. America, Denmark, Europe, and they wanted to take our land, all of them. I don't think they're coming to help. I think it's mainly because it's a uranium, because we have all kind of minerals and also a lot of fish. You have to think of, we have the largest island in the world. And we've been silent a lot, and they told us not to talk. Sometimes they boycott you everywhere. If you speak, they will make sure you don't have to get any jobs. Even though if you fought for justice, they can lie about you. They can also ruin your future. So it's not only me. There are also a lot of fishermen. They don't get the best benefit from fishing, even though it's part of Greenland, but they send it to Denmark, and it's Denmark they make it higher prices. When they make it packing and make it so high prices, the high prices go to Denmark. A little money go, I know fishing is part of and belong to Greenland now, but to make sure the high prices, it stays in Europe or Denmark. That's those people get most of the money, not us. We get a very small amount of money for fishings. We also have black angel, umanak, mamorilik. It's not only Gροιλανδία mining to take. All the kingdoms marmor in Denmark, it's ours, marmor. And Gροιλ mining, Kalahlit also coal mining, all kind of minings, rubies. Most of it, they say we don't have anything. They're searching for mining. Foreigners come to Greenland searching for mining, and they lie to us, to our government, and say we don't find anything. But they pack a lot of things in containers and send it out, or helicopters or so. And my friend, she said, yeah, you politicians are very stupid. It's true. They're they're not very smart of it, because they let them abused. Even though you can be rich in your country, they let themselves abused from foreigners, for instance also from Denmark. Even though if they became independent, they can be like a Dubai. Even though Danish want to say in 1721 it was Danish, but it was Hans Egede from nowhere that came here. They already have Ινουίτ here. He forbidden mask and drum dancing. For him, he said it's evil. He doesn't understand the culture. He doesn't see what the meaning of it. I think all the foreigners came here, most of them don't understand our culture. They don't understand the beauty of it. They don't see our protection. They don't understand what we believe of the Mother Earth, Mother Ocean, Sila, Hilak. Everything has spirit. And my father taught me that since we were kids. Taught us that. Of course, my grandma believed in God. That's also good too. Nothing wrong with it. But the foreigners never respect any kind of us. Ινουίτ or Καλαχλίτ, even the first nations here. They just come to our land and think they came here for doing much better for us. But they never did better for us. They just always make it worse for us. Even today, a lot of people also assimilated, excuse my language. Even some their parents was Danish or born in Greenland. A lot of that were like ancestors with the foreigners. They don't get the culture a lot. Okay, maybe Knud Rasmussen is half mixed also. In many decades, Ινουίτ was underestimated and still do. Yeah, we can make mistakes. They do also a hell of many mistakes. We're just making a little bit of a China mistake. It's like they just wanna put us in a blacklist or something, or they hated us so much. They can say so much very bad words and judgmental. We are bad, we racist. But they forgot they're the one that come with this. They're the one that bring racism here. We are very welcoming, Inuit, but we've been abused. Our welcome, our kindness is always abused. I think that's why Inuit and whom that keep the culture get tired of it. I don't know if I sound too much of I don't know what I sound too much. I don't know. I'm just tired of everything. Like even Inuit to Inuit and mixed Inuit, everybody is unagree. I would say, and others would say, how come you don't want to be independent if the land is so rich? And how come you still happy with your money and some others are struggling? If everybody can have benefit for themselves, for our land, only for fishing also. They bring now army because of Trump and because of Denmark, because of Europe, they fight for our land. I don't think it's love. I think it's a uranium fight. They just wanted to keep our land. It's tricky because now Trump wants to have so much badly our country. All of the European, Danish, Denmark and America, they all would ruin our culture. They already did with the colonization, with colonial. And they will colonize us again. And they're also doing it. If America come and take us, they will also ruin the culture. And Denmark already have done a lot to ruin us, make us minority in our country so they can keep the land for themselves. They said they don't do it, but I believe they lie. Why they're struggling and fighting so much for that, our land? Before before Trump coming, they were politicians will make of laughing of Inuit, treat us nothing, like shit. Treat us, we know, like we don't worth them for them. They were not nice to us. A lot of them, I'm not saying all of them. I have some Danish friends, they're very, very nice. But minority are nice. Most of the Danish, a lot of them would treat us with no respect. And also Europe have not even, EU never respecting our country either. When I was kids, I remember my parents fighting for EU. They don't want to be part of EU. Because they're taking everything too, mining, fishing, because Danish let it do it. They don't know our culture, they don't get it. And a lot of newborns coming, new people that are foreigners that get babies here in Nuuk City or Greenland, they don't know, many of them don't know anything about our culture. They don't understand it. They don't know how we protect fishing when we do hunting. They just come in to our land, even foreigners with a big sailing boat, taking everything as much they want. They're a pirate and stealing a lot of things too, like they pretend to be tourists too. If you see in Manitok, nearby my father's hometown, near Manitok, there is a mountain called Bangnona Ava, blood of Bangnona, a girl who bleeding to death, and her blood getting flushed so much it became red, a beautiful red stones, like huge. This is gone too. They've been taken out. It's a jewelry stone. So why not be independent? Because Denmark, America, Europe cannot live without us. If we became independent, they will be counting us. Because we've been told so many years and manipulated from Denmark and US, especially Denmark, we cannot be independent. We too minority. We didn't ask for be a minority. And we are not ready. We don't have education. But there is a lot of countries that don't have educations too, and educated too. They have their own country, independent countries. Why you have to always wait for something? Our ancestors are already intelligent enough. They have been independent before. If you go to National Museum, where we do, they have everything they invented. They did everything by themselves. And they're the one, our ancestors, they survive. So, even though we are minority, we are strong ones. Like one of my sisters from Canada, she said to me, Sorina Άμαροκ, even though you feel like you're alone, you have to remember those people we lost from colonial, also those people we lost from back then many years, they're with us. One Ινουίτ has so many spirits, they're protecting it. So you shouldn't be worried. Yeah. I have struggled a lot here, right in that place. And Ινουίτ many times. In the end, I have no money because I've been boycotted. Sometimes I have no money because we've been boycotted so much because of the justice fight. One day I was walking down on the street down there with my friend. I look up, see all clear skies, full moon, dark. My life was so sorrow and darkness, but suddenly I felt so much love. Suddenly I feel so much underneath of northern light, underneath of stars and full moon, a beauty got me and sent me a very beautiful song. Send me a love song. Asayuna unengikiki, buyoruna unengikiki, umatima iropiani, kimarina unengikiki, arana unengiraki, umatima Tangnima irisima susani Kamanak piak kumatini putin Tangnima irisima susani Nayok tua na umatlutin Rana unengi kitling Qimana unangiraki umatima tangnima irisima susani qamanak piak umatini puti tangnima irisima susani nayok tua narumatlutin Kamanak piak kumatini putin Tangnima irisima susani Nayok tua narumatlutin Harana unangi kilit, Qimana unangi rakit, Umachima tangnima, Hirisima susani, Ikavi.
Thank you, my love. Thank you.
Thank you. Hoy anak.